we're going to work on all of the muscles and different exercises that should help us work on the Firefly pose or help us improve the Firefly pose if you already have it in your practice. So join me in a comfortable cross-legged position. And we're going to begin with a stimulating breath that will help us in the practice. We're going to do the breath of fire, and it's a very fast-paced breath that focuses on sharp exhales using our abdominal muscles. It looks something like this. With each exhale, the belly comes in as we push the air out through the nose. The inhales happen by themselves, so we don't really focus on them. If you want, you can place your left hand on your belly to focus on those sharp exhales. Relax your shoulders, your neck, and take a full breath. And we're going to begin in 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, return back to your breath. And let's go again. And in 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return back to your breath. One more round. And let's go again in 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And return back to your breath. And when you're ready, place your right hand on your chest and keep your left hand on your belly. And you can repeat after me. May this yoga practice heal and strengthen my body and my mind. May this yoga practice heal and strengthen my body and my mind. And release your hands. And if your eyes are closed, open them up. Place your hands on the blocks that are on the close to the edges of the mat on the short end. So they should be approximately shoulder width distance apart, and push yourself up to downward dog. And you can walk the dog here for a moment to stretch the hamstrings. So we definitely need our hamstrings to be quite flexible today for achieving the Firefly pose. And when you're ready, just lower your hips down to the ground. You can lift your heels up. And keeping your heels up, lift your hips up, 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 up. As high as they will go, stay on your toes. And then very slowly lower your heels down. And here we're going to establish the breath for our practice. We're going to use the ocean breath. We're going to inhale through the nose on the count of 4 and exhale through the nose on the count of 4. And with inhale and exhale, we're going to try to make the sound that comes from the back of our throat. And that sound doesn't come very well on the microphone, so you may not hear it, but try to make it on the inhale and exhale. So let's begin. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And on the next inhale, look between the blocks, bend your knees and walk your feet towards the block. And very slowly come to the standing position. Roll your shoulders. And we're going to begin. Inhale, bring your hands to the side and up, over your head, look up. Exhale, hands on the block, on both blocks, into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back. Lower down into half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. With your right hand, shift the right block towards your left ankle and look under your left armpit. You should feel a stretch in your right shoulder, and also you may feel it slightly in your left shoulder. And return your block back. Grab the left block with your left hand and shift it towards your right ankle. And look under your right armpit. And return the block back. Take another breath. On the next inhale, look between the blocks, bend your knees, and step between the blocks into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale your hands up over your head, look up, and exhale, release. Mountain pose. Grab both of the blocks. Come to the standing position. And inhale your hands with the blocks up over your head. Exhale, fold forward, place the blocks down, hands on the blocks. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back. Lower down into half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. So with the same thing, with your right hand, shift the right block towards your ankle and look under the armpit. Shift the block back. Move the left block. And move it back. Stay for another breath. When you're ready, look between the blocks, bend your knees, and step between the blocks into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, grab both blocks up, bring them over your head, and exhale, release, mountain pose. Awesome job. Inhale your hands with the blocks up. Maybe you can do a gentle back bend here now. And exhale, blocks down, hands on the blocks, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back. And stay in high plank. And this time, roll to your left side and grab the right block up with your right hand and up towards the ceiling into side plank. Exhale, bring the block under your armpit. Inhale, block up. Exhale, place it down, hand on the block, roll on the other side. This time, left hand with the block up. Very nice. Exhale, under the armpit. Inhale, block up. Exhale, place the block down, roll into high plank, lower down into half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. And again, with your right hand, shift the right block to your left ankle. And return it back. Shift the left block. Look under your right armpit. And return the block back. And take a couple of breaths here. And when you're ready, look between the blocks, bend your knees, and step or hop into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, grab the blocks and rise them over your head. Exhale, release. Mountain pose. Very nice. Step your feet a little bit wider and take the block and put it the short end between your thighs. So your feet would be about hip distance apart. And grab the other block in your hand. I like to grab it with kind of creating letter T with my fingers. When you're ready, on the inhale, lower your hips down as if you were sitting in a chair and push the block with your hands so it's parallel to the mat. And sitting low, bring the block up over your head. Exhale, block parallel to the mat. Inhale, block up over your head. You can look towards the block. Exhale, block parallel. Inhale, block up. Exhale. Inhale, block up. And hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the block. Fold forward. Remove the other block. Place both blocks on the mat. Your hands on the blocks. And inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or hop back. Stay in high plank. And this time, walk your left hand to the front of the left block. And return it back. Right hand to the front of the right block. And back. Left hand to the front of the block. And back. Right hand to the front of the block. And back. One more time. Left hand to the front. Back on the block. Right hand to the front. And back on the block. Lower down to half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Turn your right foot out. Step your left foot between the blocks. Grab the blocks with your hands and rise up to warrior one. And this time, bring your hands to the side in a letter T. Stay in warrior one. And inhale, lift the blocks up. Exhale, hands in the letter T. And up over your head. Exhale, hands in the letter T. And inhale up. Exhale, hands with the blocks all the way down, hands on the blocks. Step your left foot back. Lower down to half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Turn your left foot out, right foot between the blocks. Grab the blocks with your hands and rise up. Warrior one. Fabulous job. And exhale, hands in letter T. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands in letter T. Inhale, up. Exhale, letter T. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, place the blocks down. Hands on the blocks. Step your right foot back. Lower down to half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now the next inhale, look between your hands. Bend your knees and step or hop into flat back. Grab both of the blocks, lower your hips down, and inhale them over your head. And exhale, rise up and release. Mountain pose. You can keep your feet together here, or you can step them a little bit wider. It's really up to you. Lower your hips down, so you can see if you can sit almost as low as you can to touch the blocks on the mat. And then bring your hands up, 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 over your head. And then lower them down so they're parallel to the mat. And on the inhale, open them to the side. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And inhale, back to the front. And open up, squeeze the shoulder blades. And back to the front. And to the side, open up your chest. Very nice. And back to the center. One more time. To the side, open wide and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return back. Place the blocks on the mat and fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or hop back. Lower down into half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Turn your right foot out, step your left foot between the blocks, and rise up with both blocks in your hands into warrior one. Exhale, place the blocks down, hands on the block, left foot back, lower down into half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Turn your left foot out, right foot between the blocks, and rise up into warrior one with both blocks up. Exhale, hands with the blocks down, step your right foot back, lower down into half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take some breaths here. And when you're ready, look between the blocks, bend your knees, and step or hop into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lower your hips down, grab both blocks up, and rise them up into a chair pose. And exhale, rise up, and release, mountain pose. Very nice. Step your feet about hip distance apart. We're just going to use one block. So you can put one of them on the side for now. And hinging at the hips, push the block in front of you and see if you can go lower, lower, lower. You can keep your knees soft here and place the block as far forward as you can. And very slowly shift your gaze towards the block and start shifting your block towards your feet. And once it's towards your feet, start bending your knees and push the block as far back as you can. See if you can push your arms underneath your knees. So you can be almost like in a seated position here. And very slowly start shifting it back. Yeah, as you're coming forward, you can start extending your knees, still keeping them soft, and shift the block so it's as far forward as you can. And hold here for a moment. And again, shift your gaze towards the block. Start moving the block towards your legs. Very nice. And then very slowly start bending your knees and pushing the block as far as you can. So your knees are coming almost on top of your shoulders. And again, start moving the block forward as far as you can. So here working on stretching our hamstrings in a more active way, but also we're working on the movement of getting our shoulders underneath our knees. That's very helpful in achieving the Firefly pose. And slowly shift the block back. And move your hips up, up, up. Stay with the block right in front. And if you want here, you can put your arms, palms up under your feet and just step on your palms. Just relax here. And very slowly release your palms. Place your hands on your waist and come to the standing position. Okay. When you're ready, we're going to go again into the ragdoll, and this time we're going to add some extra modifications. So this time, turn your feet slightly out. So you might be on the edges of the mat. That's going to make it a little bit easier. If your stance is shorter, it's going to be a little bit harder. Find the pose that works for you. And when you're ready, hinging at the hips, lower down. You can grab that block that's in front of you and lower your hips down into a squat. Push your elbows, with your elbows, push the knees out. And then slowly lower your hips down. Extend the legs in front of you. Keep the block in front of you. Open up your chest here. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you're ready, bring the feet apart into a wide seated pose, seated boat, and feet together into a boat. Again, open leg boat, close leg boat, wide leg boat, and regular boat. When you're ready, bring the knees to your chest, hug them close, roll on your back, and come to the squat position. Very nice. So again, push your hands on the block, lift your hips up, 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 into a ragdoll. Lower your hips down, lift the block with your hands, push the knees out. Slowly lower your hips down, extend the legs in front of you. Point your toes. Fantastic job. And when you're ready, wide leg boat. Regular boat. Wide leg boat. Regular boat. Wide leg boat. Regular boat. Hug the knees to your chest. Roll on your back and come to the squat position and push your knees out. And that motion of squeezing our arms with the thighs, it's extremely important in the Firefly and something I personally struggle with. And it's one of the main reasons why we fall out from the Firefly. we just slide out. Very good. So when you're ready, place the block down, put the other block on the other side, push yourself up and come to downward dog. Turn your right foot out about 45 degrees. Step your left foot between the blocks. Grab both blocks, one in each hand. Keep your left knee bent and rise up to warrior two. Very nice. And very slowly start leaning forward as far as you can. Place the block on the outside of your left foot and place your hand on the block and bring your right hand up over your head. Very good. Place the right hand with the block down. Step your right foot back. Stay in the plank for a moment. Turn your left foot out about 45 degrees. Step your right foot between the blocks. And again, one block in each hand. Right knee bent at 90 degrees. Come up to warrior two. And on the inhale, start leaning forward as far as you can. And then place your right hand with the block down, hand on the block, and left hand up over your head. And bring the hand down of the block. It's on the block. Step your right foot back. And again, stay in a plank for a moment. Very good. Come to downward dog. And take a breath. Step your left foot between the blocks. Grab both blocks and turn your feet so they are parallel to each other. We're in a wide leg stance. Very good. Hands in both blocks. In both hands, lower your hips down. And as you're lowering down, try to push your knees out, which is going to be quite challenging because our feet are parallel. And inhale, blocks up. And exhale, lift the hips up and lower the blocks down. Lower hips down. Inhale the blocks up. Rise your hips up and lower the blocks. Very good. You can release one of the blocks, or if you want it more challenging, you can hold onto both blocks. I like to put them kind of like together, putting them between my prayer hands. And keeping the feet parallel, start leaning towards your right leg. We want to make sure that our feet are parallel. We're stretching our adductors here. Because if we turn the foot out, we'll be working on our hamstrings. So inhale up. And slowly lower towards your left leg. And up. Towards your right leg. And up. Towards your left leg. And up. One more time on each side. Slowly towards your right side. And up. Towards left side.
and up. This time, turn your toes out. And on the inhale, lower your hips down and shift the blocks up over your head. And up. Blocks to the chest. And again, hips down, blocks over the head. And up. One more time. Hips down, blocks over the head, and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Lower the blocks down. Then put one of the blocks on the side. Turn your right foot towards the left side. So both feet are towards the left side. And here depends how flexible you are. You can keep a shorter stance or a wider stance. Take the block and put it on the flat side. So the top of the block is where your hips would be hinging. So the right foot is just slightly out. The left foot is facing the front. You are holding the block in the crease of your hip. And very slowly start leaning towards your left leg. And see if you can almost crush that block between your thigh and your belly. And your hands could be doing whatever you want them to be doing. They can be on the mat. If you want, you can put them behind your back. Putting them behind your back might help you crush that block even more. And you may wonder how this pose relates to Firefly. So basically, when we are lifting our legs up, if we have that good motion of our muscles and we're engaging the right muscles, we're bringing the legs towards our belly. And we're bringing the belly towards our thighs. So basically, we want to engage exactly the same muscles that you're feeling right now. And when you're ready, slowly start coming up. Hold the block so it doesn't fall out. And we're going to shift our feet to the other side. And again, put the block in the same position and slowly start coming with your belly down towards your thigh. Trying to crush that block. Just breathe. And when you're ready, slowly start coming up. Hold onto the block. And step your feet to the front of the mat. Hold one of the blocks in your hands. Bring your left knee to your chest. We're standing on the right leg. And if that feels good, extend the left leg in front. And grab the block with your hands, and you can bring it up over your head. And when you're ready, slowly start shifting the block down behind your back and pass it to the other hand. And inhale up, slowly. Pass it to the other hand, exhale. And up again. And this time change the direction. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Shake your legs. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Hug your right knee to your chest. And if it feels good, extend the leg in front. And inhale, bring the block up over your head. Exhale, start lowering it down, pass it behind the back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. And we're going to change direction. Exhale down. Inhale up. One last time. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Shake your legs. Very nice. And adjust your blocks. So again, they're close to the edges of the mat, about shoulder distance apart. And we're going to take one vinyasa here. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or hop back. Lower down into half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. And this time from downward dog, we're going to come to plank and back to downward dog. And plank, downward dog, plank, downward dog, plank, downward dog, plank, downward dog, plank, downward dog. One more plank. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower yourself all the way down. And this time we want to use both blocks, push them in front of you as far as you can, but hold them in any way that you find is comfortable. I like to hold them so they're kind of like standing at that higher edge. I just find like it's easier to lift that way. Your feet could be hip distance apart, or if you find you can keep them close together. And when you're ready, on the inhale, we're going to lift the hands up with the blocks and the feet up. So let's go in 3, 2, 1, and inhale up and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And one more time. In 3, 2, 1, inhale up and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. This time shift your hands so they're in letter T. We're going to do the same thing with hands in our letter T. We're going up in 3, 2, 1, and inhale and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And one more time in 3, 2, 1, and up and hold. See if you can go a little bit higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And just hold on to just one of the blocks and put it behind your back. And grab it with both hands. Extend the arms back
And on the inhale, lift your chest up, lift your legs up. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And we're going to do it one more time. So let's go and inhale up and hold. See if you can go higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And release the block next to your shoulder and shift the other one, so it's also next to your shoulder. When you're ready, just push yourself up. You can come to your knees. If you want, you can take a quick child pose here. And then bring your feet in front of you and bring the soles of your feet together. And for this one, we'll just use one block, unless your hamstrings are very tight and you may need to elevate your hips up, because that's a very good variation to practice as well. And if you find your butterfly is, your knees are already touching the floor, you can always elevate your hips, elevate your feet. So that will add that extra challenge. For me, I'm just going to use one block. Bring your feet to your crotch, about 2, maybe 3 fists away. And grab the block with your hands. And on the inhale, lift it up over your head. And on the exhale, see if you can fold forward with the block. And at the same time, just try to push your knees closer to the ground. And you may never come to the ground, and that's perfectly fine. And then on the inhale, just slightly lift up. And exhale, see if you can go a little bit lower. And inhale up. And exhale, slightly lower. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And this time hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Shake your legs if you have to. And this time, come to the wide leg stand, seated pose. And again, we still want to keep the block in our hands. So this time we'll be sliding the block forward. And we're going to try to go as far forward as we can. So when you're ready, on the inhale, start pushing the block forward, 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 to as far as you can. Right now, doesn't matter if any body part is touching the mat. If it is, it's great. If not, it will with time. And exhale, come back. Inhale, push the block forward. And exhale, move the block back. Inhale, push the block forward. And exhale back. So here we're working on stretching our hamstrings that are very important in the firefly pose, because that really helps us to extend the legs. And exhale back. And one more time, inhale forward. And this time stay low. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back.
Awesome job. You can make your pose a little bit less wide, so you can bring your feet a little bit closer together. Because even in Firefly, we don't keep our feet all the way out because we would fall out. And take one of the blocks and put it under one heel and the other block under the other heel. Walk your hands forward. And you can start with somewhere around your knees. That's going to make it a little bit easier than if you go further out. Just making sure that your arms are straight. You can put your hands on the fingertips or you can put them flat on the mat. Point your toes of your right foot. And when you're ready, lift the right foot up and off the block. Then lift the foot up, put it on the block. We're mostly going to focus on moving it off the block to the inside. But if you want, you can practice lifting it up and putting it to the outside as well. And lift it up. And maybe you want to jump through the block. And if it's all too easy, you can always increase the difficulty by lifting the block up. Or walking your feet closer to your ankles. Then lift it up and off the block. One more time, on the block and off the block. One more time on the block. And we're going to switch legs. So when you're ready, lift your left foot up and bring it off the block. Lift the leg up, put it on the block. Lift the leg up, on, off the block. Lift the leg up, on the block. Lift the leg up, off the block. Lift the leg up, on the block. One more time. And stay here with your feet on the block. If you want, you can take a wider stance a little bit. Walk your hands towards your left leg as far as you can. And see if you can engage the muscles as if you were lifting the leg, even if the leg doesn't come up at all. Just want to see how, if we have the strength to lift it up, where if our belly is so close to the thigh. I know it's something I definitely have to work on, because my leg is definitely not lifting up. And walk your hands back and move to the other leg. And walk your hands forward as close as you can come to the ankle. And again, engage the leg and see if you can lift it up. It doesn't matter if it's lifting or if it's not lifting. One of the days it will, once you build enough strength. And release. And walk your hands back. Take your feet off the blocks. And take the blocks and just move them around. And we're going to come to the standing position. So we want the blocks to be about hip distance apart. And our heels should be touching the blocks. So here you have two options. You can keep the blocks long side touching your heel or short side touching the heel. I like personally the long side touching my heel because that way it allows me to grab the blocks, which I find it's easier on my wrists. But I would encourage you to try both and see what works for you. And if you find your bum is pretty bony and you don't like falling on your bum, grab a pillow and put it behind. So when you're ready, place your hands on the blocks from the inside, like we practice in the ragdoll. So
hands on the blocks. See if you can sit on your arms. Just see how it feels without lifting anything. And then you can see moving a little bit forward, a little bit back, and see if you can feel the lightness in your feet. And maybe they're just hovering over the mat here. Just see how it feels. And release, lift your hips up. Come back to the ragdoll. And again, walk your hands back. Lower your hips down. Hands on the blocks. And again, try sitting on your arms. So basically with our elbows, we're creating almost like a sit for our legs for support. If you want, you can bring your feet so the toes are touching. Just play with that, see how it feels without extending anything. If you want, you can put one foot on the mat and see if you can extend one leg out. Put it back. See what happens with the other side. One side might be better than the other. And again, release. Come to the downward dog. Sorry, not the downward dog, the ragdoll. Release your wrists. Okay, let's try again. Hands on the blocks, underneath the knees as much as you can. And with your thighs, try to squeeze in the arms. And you can bring your soles of your feet closer together and see if you can extend both legs out. And again, it's very likely that at the end of the pose, you will land on your bum. That happens like 90% of the time for me. And when you're done, again, come to the ragdoll. We're going to attempt it one more time. All right, so you're ready? Again, heels towards the blocks, about shoulder distance. Bring your arms under your knees, hands on the blocks. Squeeze your thighs towards your midline. And when you're ready, see if you can extend the legs out. And release. Shift blocks to the front. Extend the legs in front of you. And come to a very sloppy forward fold. And you can gently roll, kind of like move from side to side. And when you're ready, grab your left block, put it under your thighs. And today we're just going to do the bridge pose. We're not going to do the wheel pose. And see if you can bring your bum towards your heels. And then with your hands, see if you can grab your ankles. And then on the inhale, lift your hips up as high as you can. Very good. And exhale down. Inhale, lift your hips up, up, up. And exhale down. See if you can move the block so it's between your feet. And keeping that still your inner thighs engaged. On the inhale, lift up, up, up to a bridge pose. And see, maybe you can lift your left leg up. And return your left leg back to the bridge, keeping your hips as high as they are. See if you can lift your right leg up. And down. And lower down.
And we're going to do one more time. Inhale, lift your hips up. And this time, see if you can interlace your hands behind your back and push your hips even higher. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. And grab that block from between your feet and put it between your thighs. Bring your hands in the letter T. Lift your feet up so your shins are parallel to the mat, and gently twist to the left side. And shift your gaze towards your right hand. And return your legs back to the center. And shift them towards your right hand. And shift your gaze towards your left hand. Again, return your legs back to the center. Remove the block from between your thighs. And this time, hook your fingers around your big toes and see if you can come to a happy baby. If you want, you can extend one leg at a time, releasing any tension that might have built up during the practice. And then very slowly extend the legs to the opposite ends of the mat. Relax your hands to the side, palms up. And just breathe at your own pace. No more control. And very slowly start wiggling your fingers, your toes. You can make circles with your wrists and your ankles. If you want, you can bring your arms over your head and bring your feet and your arms towards one side into a banana. And shift your body to the other side. And very slowly hug your knees to your chest. And you can gently roll to one side and push yourself to a seated position. And we're going to finish our practice here with a balanced breath. It's a 4-4 breath through our nose. Let's begin. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly bring your left hand to your belly, your right hand to your chest, and you can repeat after me. May this yoga practice heal and strengthen my body and my mind. May this yoga practice heal and strengthen my body and my mind. Release your hands. Thank you very much for joining me today. It was a pleasure having you in my class, and I really hope to see you next week.